Get ready to break free from your chains of past financial setbacks and build a future that's filled with resilience, abundance, and unwavering confidence. Because what we know at financial confidence is what is not transformed is transferred. And we don't want you transferring that hurt, that harm, that debt, those financial transgressions to your children, because every area that you transfer to other damaged area, other areas of hurt, other areas of pain, other areas of frustration, other areas of stress. At Financial Confidence, we know that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And on today's show, we're going to help you heal from financial trauma. So go get your pen and your paper. As you can tell, I'm excited about it. I hope you are too, guys, because it's time for us to transform here on Financial Confidence. Oh yeah, I'm Lynn Demmons. That's Demmons, no demons here. We want to thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of Financial Confidence on WYTV 7 Community Broadcasters Network. Thank you for joining us at Financial Confidence, where we're here to help you make your money, keep your money, and grow your money so you can do those things that you're called to do. That's to build in financial inheritance and leave that inheritance for your children's children. The guiding principle for our show is Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. We also implore that you pray over your finances so you can do the things that you're called to do. So if you will, bow with me. Lord, help us to value the things that are really valuable. That's our relationship with you, our lives, and our families. Help make us responsible stewards of your financial resources, and let us trust your holy word in the eternal glory of thy son, Jesus. In his name we pray, amen. That's right, guys. Today's show, we're going to delve into how to heal from that financial trauma, because you can make it out. That's our message today. You can make it out, but you got to admit it. You got to be aware. You got to acknowledge the issue so that you can assess it and make those necessary changes. As we go through this journey, guys, I want you to know this is a journey of progression and not a journey of perfection. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to fail at some things. Things are going to fall by the wayside. You may miss something one here or there, but that's okay, because I need you to understand that God can never heal what you're not willing to reveal. And I need you to reveal some of that past trauma that you have buried deep down inside, some of it that you don't even know that exists, because it's something that was passed down from your family, from your big mama, to your parents, from your parents to you, and you're now passing that on to your children. You don't even realize it, but it's because it's an unconscious belief. So let's go through the day so that we don't pass that on. And what I do want to say is you can't pass down knowledge that you don't have. So make sure that you write down, because note takers are money makers, and we're going to help you today as we move through this process to get rid of this financial trauma. See, rich people have a different mentality. They want to buy things, they want to hold it, they want to control it, and they own it. Making sure that you are transforming your thinking to align with that mentality as well, so that as you move forward, as you progress, that you're able to get to your next. See, guys, oftentimes, and I need to educate you here, because there are some things that are happening in the markets. There are some things that are happening because of high inflation that can impact you. And we feel like we're losing. And in our finances, there's a such thing as a realized loss and an unrealized loss. See, a realized loss is when you actually do lose that money. If you drop that $100 and you lost it in the bathroom, someone else came and picked it up and no one returned that to you, that's an actual loss. You realize that loss. However, if the market changes, the economy changes, and then the value of your house goes down, yeah, your house was worth, let's just say $300,000 at first, but then it drops down to $280,000. And it's like, man, I'm losing money, but it's not really a loss. right? Because you're still living in that house. You still have a roof over your head. You're still going about your daily business. Your family still having meals in that home, right? So you are still in control. You still own said property. So that's an unrealized loss because you haven't sold a house yet. So technically you haven't lost the money. So I need you to think about that as we move through and we go through these changes in this environment. And I want you to think about it this way. We always talk about at Financial Confidence, we are really good at going to work or running our business and making our money. But where we fail or where we're not as good is making our money work for us, right? That's your second job. And we are here today to make sure that we're putting those things in place so we can heal from this financial trauma, right? Heal from the financial trauma and then move to your next so that you can be transformed instead of transferring all of that mess to your children. So as we look at it, guys, I want you to think about this too. We see the stock market. Stock market is easy for us to think about because it's everywhere, right? It's prevalent everywhere. Even if you don't watch the news, it's on the apps on your phone, it's on your computer, your laptops. When you turn those on, there's a stock market information that pops up on your screens. It's everywhere. And you know that stocks are going to go up and stocks are going to go down. Oftentimes we talk about at Financial Confidence that one of the greatest wealth transfer happens when the market goes down, right? And we're seeing a lot of volatility in the market right now. We're seeing, especially for those of you who are investing, and if you're not investing, I highly implore you to go ahead and get started, no matter where you are, even if it's only a few dollars a month, a few dollars a week, right? Get in there, get it done, and get started. But what I want you to do is to think about that mentality of the rich. You buy it, you hold it, you don't sell it. Okay? You buy it, you hold it, you don't sell it. Why is that? Because when you start owning those shares of stock, you are now investing in those companies. And yes, the price is going to go up and the price is going to go down. But if I own 100 shares of Amazon, I own 100 shares of Amazon no matter where that price goes. And just because it looks like it's going down today, that should not be the scary part for me. That is where you should be happy, right? That is where you should say, oh, okay, this is an awesome buying opportunity for me because now I see that Amazon is on sale, right? And we love a good sale. I know I do, right? We love a good sale. So as you're thinking about the ways that you're going to move in your financial, getting healed from this financial trauma, if you will, I'm going to give you some ways to focus on that so that we can think about our investing in a different way, because the only way that you're going to be able to build generational, well, not the only way, but the most prominent way that to build generational wealth is going to be through investing. And that's investing in yourself, investing in the market, investing in your entrepreneurial journey, investing in somebody else's decisions to become an entrepreneur. Some way, shape, form, or fashion, you must invest. But what I'm talking about here is in thinking about the stock market, right? Thinking about the different ways that you're investing. Now, I need you to do your research. I need you to be responsible for this because this can be easy for you. This is not rocket science. It is not. Everything has been simplified with all of the different things that are available to us, all of the investing apps that are available to us. Even within those platforms, they give you investing education so that you understand some of the lingo. Yes, it's at a basic foundational level, but that's truly what you need. What you also need, though, is discipline and consistency. Being disciplined in your investing, whatever that amount is, and doing that consistently. So if that means putting it on autopilot, then put it on autopilot so that it happens without you having to think about it. Put it there, let it rest, let it ride, watch it grow. So what are the things, what are the ways that you can heal from financial trauma? I'm going to give you 3 ways, 3 things that you can do. So make sure you have a pen and a paper so you can write this down. Remember, I said it, you can't pass down knowledge that you don't have. So I need you to get this, Repeat it over and over and over, because repetition is the mother, father, sister, and the brother of learning. Hello, somebody, right? We've heard Lisa Nichols say that over and over. Repetition is the mother, father, sister, and the brother of learning. So you can't pass down what knowledge that you don't have. So make sure you write this down so that you get this knowledge ingrained in your brain, things that you start living by, so that you can also move. So the first way to heal, well, first let me clarify something first of all, because there's financial stress and then there's financial trauma, right? And it's easy to have financial stress, right? Because we go to a job and you receive a salary from that job, but your lifestyle may cost a little bit more than your salary is able to provide, right? And that can create a little bit of stress because you're trying to stretch every dollar that you bring in. See, I'm not talking about financial stress, because financial stress, that's something that's temporary, that's simple, that you can overcome. Now, financial trauma, I want you to think of trauma as something that's akin to PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, right? And anytime you hear that word disorder, you know that is something deep. You know that is something that goes in, has much deeper roots than that surface level. Oh, I just can't, pay the car payment this month, right? That financial trauma is something that's deeply rooted, whether it was passed down from generation to generation in your family. If you think about it this way, and I'm thinking back in my own family, and I remember the stories my grandmother would share when they lived in their house, and then they had, my grandfather went to work, but my grandmother, she didn't work at the time. So what they did was they picked cotton. My mom would tell me stories about them going out to pick cotton. They would be out there all day, have a big old sack of cotton, and they would only get certain amounts of money. So mama knew that from being in that experience, she learned some lessons. So mom ingrained and had some other lessons where when we as children, when we got a job in the house, guess what? We also had to pay a bill, right? So we weren't living at home with mama for free, and it is what it is. But guess what? It taught me, my sisters and I, how to budget differently, right? So by her going through what she had to go through, and then she taught us what we needed to go through. How do we make sure we're paying the bills? How do we make sure we're putting aside some to save? And those different things. And now it's progressing to me now. As to me, I'm teaching and training my son. My son has a college fund. My son has an investment account. My son has had these things from the time that he was born. Why? Because it's a different mindset. See, the information that's been passed down from generation to generation is now changing. It is transforming. So I need you to think about that too. What are you transforming in your life? What are some things that were passed down from you in your family from generation to generation? Some things that are helpful, some things that are hurtful, some things you need to keep, some things you need to let go. But you have to recognize that, be aware of it, and then you assess it and decide, okay, what is the direction I need to go? What is the plan I need to put in place? So what are those ways that you heal from financial trauma? The first thing that you must know is that things are going to happen. The market's going to go up, the market's going to go down, the economy's going to change, we're going to have inflation, it's just not ever going to always be the same, right? So during downturn times, it is very important to keep cash on hand. But some people say, no, don't keep your money in cash, while others say cash is king. During down times, keep cash on hand. Why? Because you must be prepared for the opportunities that present themselves. Oftentimes on down times, people are distressed, but you must be able to position yourself to get in and build wealth for yourself. How are you going to now gain wealth? You can now have that cash on hand. You can purchase distressed properties. You can buy stocks that are on sale, those companies that are on sale when those market prices start to dip, right? So purchase those distressed properties, buy stocks. The most valuable asset you have is your future. Yes, let me say that again. The most valuable asset you have is the future. And what you do today can help determine what your future looks like. So, thinking through these things and being prepared and having cash on those down when the market turns around, you position yourself to be able to gain wealth and do the things that you want to do, whether that's real estate, that's stock, that's land, whatever the asset is, whatever is the interest, what is going to motivate you and keep you going as you build wealth. But remember, the goal here is to buy it, hold it, don't sell it, because you control it and you own it. That's what you need to do. The second thing, guys, that's going to help you heal from financial trauma is diversification. And you say, what? We hear about diversification all the time. That's nothing new. No, it's not. But when you diversify, and we heard Big Mama or Big Grandma would say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? When you diversify, you make sure that you're covering yourself. When you're investing in the market, if they say I'm invested in the SPY, the S&P 500, that means you're invested in multiple companies, right? And having all of these different stocks, if you will, within that same basket will help you to diversify. So all of them are not in the same company. It's in a variety, the top 500 different companies. So you know that you are going to be protected. Okay. So when something goes wrong in one area, you have a soft place to land in the other areas, because all the companies are not going to do bad or not do poorly at the same time. Every market goes up and every market goes down. You just have to be ready and know how to deal with it. Get your emotions out of it, right? No emotions. Have a plan so you know what to do. Whether it's the stock market, it's real estate, it's land, whatever asset class that you are interested in. And the third thing, I don't want you guys to forget about those other safe investments that are out there. So like the treasury bonds, right? If we look at those bonds, there are different opportunities that haven't presented themselves in a while. Bond interest rates have gone up over the past few years, and that's a tremendous safe opportunity. During high inflationary periods, the government is going to make way for those bonds to be more productive. So I need you to be thinking about all of these different things as you're healing from the financial trauma. First, you got to recognize it, identify it, because God cannot heal what you're not willing to reveal. Trust and believe he already knows it, but you need to be aware of it so that you can make changes. Yes, you pray about it, but you must also be about it. You got to do, right? You must do something. You got to plan, you got to do, you got to act, you need to assess it. And if you need to plan again, then go back to the drawing board. But you must go through the process to ensure that you are healing from that financial trauma. Guys, I am hopeful that you are ready to break free from those chains of your past financial setbacks and build a future filled with resilience, abundance, and unwavering confidence. I'm Lynn Demmons. That's Demmons, No Demons here. Thank you so much for tuning in for Financial Confidence at WYTV7.org. If this information has been invaluable for you, go on over to WYTV7.org, leave a donation so we can continue to do what we're called to do. That's to educate, empower, and encourage. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode. Don't forget to like and share, because sharing is caring. That's right. Sharing is caring. And we'll see you the next time, same place. All right, guys? Until then, stay safe.